Good morning, good morning, good morning, my powerful MVP family and friends and visitors. This is your girl, Miss Bev. Welcome to another video. So it's Tuesday morning, another day to be thankful. And don't look for the big things to be thankful for. Look for the little things, guys. Look for the little things. Do not be anxious for anything. Pray and let God do his thing. If you look at my community page, my daughter sent me that Philippians 4, I think verse 26, something like that. And I just needed to share it with you guys. Because sometimes we become so anxious. And you know what? Because of our anxiety, we overlook all the great things that are happening around us and for us. So let us just remember that we pray about it, we give it to God and say, look, it's yours now. You handle it. And don't pick it up again when you leave. Don't come again tomorrow and complain about it again and again and again. Once you leave it at his feet, walk away and let him do his thing. A lot of times he works things out, you know. But because that's not the result we're looking for, we act like, oh, God forget us, and God never forsakes, and he never ever leaves us. He's always there. We just need to be more trusting in him. So today, guys, I've been talking to us as returning residents, and this morning as I lay in bed, woke up, gave thanks to God, and something came to my mind that I needed to share with us. And this is something that I don't want you guys to ever do. Whether you're returning resident or not, but this most of our returning residents, because so many are not having any confidence in the banks in Jamaica. But remember, I'm going to say this to you, and this is a real story. And again, when I talk to you guys, it doesn't mean that everywhere you go in Jamaica, this is the norm. I'm just saying that we have to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Remember, things, we can sit here and say, oh, this is the safest place in Jamaica, until we get our first murder or the biggest robbery ever. That's how life is. We'll sit in spaces and say, man, this place, you can leave your door open. And yeah, you can leave it open until you can't leave them open anymore. So I'm just saying, it says, trust no man, right? You're going to trust people and you're going to take a chance with people, but it tells you, trust no man. Does it mean there's nobody out there to be trusted? Of course there are people you can trust. But you want to make sure in your head you're saying, you know what, I'm going to approach this with caution. So the stories I tell you guys, the things that happen, might not happen to 100 people or 1,000 people, but I'm just letting you know it can happen. It can happen. So don't sit and be careless and let it happen to you. A lot of people, when I talk about my aunt walking in the bank with her gray hair, and this young lad thought he could get over on her because she probably doesn't know she has so much in the bank that she'll never miss a couple 100,000. Wrong. So sometimes you have to be, you might sit there and think that people have your best interests at heart when it's not so. So they will sit there and they'll test you. They'll take 50,000 and you don't say anything because what is 50,000 when I have 100 million or more in the bank? Right? But 50,000 is going to give you 500,000. Right? So it adds up. So a lot of you come home and you decide to put a chest or a vault in your houses, right? And you think that it's going to be safe. But what you should not do, and this is my point of view, guys, it's not, I'm not telling you what to do. You probably do what you're doing forever. But this guy, I didn't know him personally because he went away to England before when I was a little bit. So I didn't know him, but I knew his family. His nieces and stuff, we went to school together. And he came back home. When he got back home, I was in America already. So he came home, and it's a true story from my husband. Came home, have him vault or chest, whatever I'm having in my house, with him money store up in there. Right? So had people came home, established himself well, went into the chicken farm, did well. Because there were people who was doing well from day one. And so when he came back, he had the business mind, and he continued to do his farming, his chicken, big time chicken farm, and pigs, whatever. He raised things. He does that big scale. So he hired somebody to come hired some guys to come do some work for him. And when they did the work, he went in the house, in his chest, took out the money, and paid the people, right? So they saw where he went and pick up the money. And I guess him just feel safe, him come home with him gun, him have everything. But they didn't know he had a gun. So they saw that he had the money right there on the spot. And in the night, they gathered up and they drove back to rob him. They wanted that chest. When they came and they were approaching up in the yard, there was a yard guy who, as they were going up, I think he had his machete. I don't think he had his machete. So when he saw what was going to happen, he was ready to swing the machete. And one of the guys looked and saw him and beckoned to the other guy and tell him, "No, so the man going to chop you." And the guy shot him. So when the man in the house, he heard the shot, and so he had his gun, and he started shooting, and they came out. The boys jumped in the thing, and they tried to get away. But as they tried to get away, the car crashed in another area there. It's hilly. The roads are not nice and paved roads. They're paved, but not fancy roads. The small donkey lanes that they paved. They didn't expand the roads. It's all hilly up in there. And when they got to a point, some of them jump out and run through the bushes. And then by the time some of them make the commotions, and some of them get the police from Newmarket, and they got up there. And so some of them got over, but there was a couple of them who didn't know the area well, so they couldn't run. And the people in the community, them catch them and beat them. Beat them. So I'm just saying that to say this, guys, that you come home and yes, you have people working for you. Sometimes, again, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. They tell you how much you come do the work. Just like sometimes just make it up, say, "Oh boy, all right, me save tomorrow, me can go to the bank." Sometimes just tell them that your children, make you get to your kids, make them send the funds come. Don't give people the impression that you have money stuck up in your house. Because as I said, money is the root of all evil. People try to find a way to get on people's money. And it's not that they even need the money. Sometimes the things that they do with it, it don't even make sense. A lot sometimes they steal and they hurt people, kill people, and take what them have. And them don't even use the money to build up themselves. I guess it can't happen. Because when you do wicked things, then the God in heaven laid it upon you that you're just confused. You're just confused. So you thief it, and it's just vanity and vexation of the spirit, because you can't do nothing with it. You have it, but you still did a worthless. Can't come to nothing, can't build up yourself, can't excel. No matter you take and you take. You have some family members, like years ago you had family who used to send like Avon products and things to Jamaica for people to sell. They used to send money for people to buy land for them and to build. And yet sometimes when you see people come home can't even eat dinner. I remember when I brought home so much Avon, one of my family, like, wasn't a close family, but the mother of the person said, we can get these sold at the hospital, Them people at the bring the whole heap of the box or something come here. And when time for she give me uncle money, not a penny. Up to this day, not a farthing. St. Elizabeth was the same thing. Had a cousin's wife in Montego Bay that I sent so much Avon products, VCR, things like that. We can get them sell, man, at the time. She said she had connection with some hairdressers, and I would send like the perm and the gloves and the all sort of stuff, the conditioning shampoo, everything. And when I would come home and say, all right, I don't need to come home with no money or nothing, because she would have something. Why? Me not collect no money from them. Me not. Them take this, then one guy take one VC and say that come with the money. I'm sorry. Pure excuses. Pure excuses. And you just shake your head and say, boy. And you just, you pay for learn and learn, say, that's how life go. It seems as how life go. And you watch them, can't even excel. They can't even thief the money and build up themselves. You just watch them today. Nothing going on. So I just wanted to share that, guys, that yes, you might have your funds and it's easy to just go in and take out large sums of money for pay for big jobs done. But when the devil is in people, and when people hungry and craving for what you have, they come, they look at your place. It's like my son's wife, we were talking the other day, and I was sharing something with her, and she said, Miss Bev, it's true. Because people would come to shovel the snow or to cut the grass and do the plants and stuff. And as soon as them come and see them drive Benz, the 2 Benz park up in the yard, all of a sudden the price changes. All of a sudden it's a lot more than it would have ordinarily be. So the same thing when they come and them observe them, roll them, I look up on you something them, and them see the value of them. Then all of a sudden, them I look say, oh yeah, you have money. And worse, they go inside, go take out money, them see you open up vault, take out money, pay them. Them not send a penny in that. Them not a penny in that. And so yes, you never know the mindset of people. They will come back. And so I'm just saying to us, might never happen to you, but I know that it can happen. I know it can happen. And so that's my little take with you this morning. And as you go forth, be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Everybody who kill them teeth with you means they're laughing with you. So, make this their productive day by choice, guys. Love, love, love yourselves. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Just take it one day at a time as we continue onward and upward. Remember, we cannot give to anyone what we do not have to give. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love others. If we don't respect ourselves, we can't respect others. And likewise, people who doesn't know who has never experienced true love, they don't know how to give love. So let's not expect from anybody anything at all, because if they don't have it to give, you're going to be fighting a losing battle. Your heart is going to be broken. You're going to be disgusted. You're going to be angry when you're expecting people to do the right thing and they just don't know because they don't have it in them to do the right thing. Remember, common sense is not so common anymore. So a lot of times we expect people to have known this or to have done this better, and yet they're not using common sense. If it's not written on a piece of paper, they can't carry it out. And even when it's written, if it doesn't even make sense, they are pushing to make it work. They're pushing the square peg in the circle hole, and it can't work, but they just still continue to push and to force. Remember, one size never fits all. And so as we go forth, let us remember that, again, things are not always the way they seem to be, but we continue onward and upward always. If you can't be good, be careful, but walk good, do good, love, love, love yourself, and take care.